Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Such fucking. I'm so lame. I'm so lame. How lame are you? No, I'm not doing that shit. I won't do that. I won't sink to that level. Look, it's bad enough I sunk to the level of streaming Rocket League, so I have to adjust that microphone a bit. All right, let's see what we got here tonight. Okay, good. There's still some moisture. Good, good, good. I was a little concerned. Just a few droplets. A little out of baby, and then baby rock and roll. So, did anybody actually watch my Rocket League video? Huh? Huh? There was nobody on there last night, so I know none of you fuckers were watching. I mean, you wonderful people. You wonderful peoples. I totally did not mean to call you assholes. No, I'm just. Go with the violet again. I like this violet. I just love it. This ultramarine violet is just gorgeous. We don't need a whole lot. It's gonna keep squirting out. Like. No blue Scott soul. Yeah, it's funny. I've been thinking about some weird stuff recently. One of which was I've been contemplating, and I don't know how much trouble I could get in at work for it. I mean, I might not get into any. It's hard to tell. They're so restricted now, this new office. That's supposed to be an open space, you know? It's supposed to be open and much more conducive to you feeling a little freer at your fucking desk, which, by the way, we're chained to because we can't. They didn't give us a new phone system because it's too expensive to do the new phone system. Even though that was like the whole like basis of this move. But I digress. The thing is, I've been contemplating bringing. I have this little bottle of linseed oil my cousin Gary gave me, and I mean I could use it to make up my own medium and stuff. I just tend not to. It's like I got just buy the big bottle. It works fine for me. What I need. But I've kind of been contemplating like bringing it with me to work because the smell of linseed oil just is like a for me, you know, like so I'm getting pissed on at work, not like physically. I mean, it feels like it sometimes, but you know, when the customers and the plants are kicking the shit out of me, it's like, you know, if I just had just a dab of linseed oil here, just to kind of you know. By far to be young at heart. I will say, like I said, I did the stream of Rocket League last night. It wasn't great. It wasn't a terrible session. I mean, that YouTube account, yeah, the YouTube account, the PS4 account does much better. I just regularly, I don't know if it's just I'm used to the frame rates or what. I mean, I know, you know, one would think the laptop could get a better frame rate, but I just get used to it. Now, when it transitioned into streaming, it looked like shit. I saw that one. In fact, it went to complete shit right when I did like the best save of the night. Just like a backflip when I like ran into the goal just kind of blindly, and I knew it was coming, and I was just backflipped and happened to knock it loose. I hope I didn't offend him. I'd be on it, Brian. Sorry. I guess the Philly Fanatic injured somebody with the. Oh, this is a T-shirt cannon. Okay. So Philly Fanatic got somebody with the hot dog cannon and hurt them. And so now my friend Brian and I, we used to work at Sprint PCS together, and we worked at one of the slowest stores in the country. So we regularly just spent time annoying each other. He'd call up the store phone, like my customer service phone line, and so I'd answer it, completely unaware that it was him, and it just, sorry for calling Sprint PCS. This is Brian. I'm gonna help you. And then suddenly I hear, "Shut up," from Brian, and just say, "Hey, coach, shut up," I'm sure everyone's thinking that right now, the whole one of you. But man, that might be too close. I think that's too close. Yikes! How are we gonna pull that one off now? We're gonna drop it down. I think we can fix that. Wasn't paying attention. Why are you distracting me like this? Just people have better things to do. But anyway, so he was talking about it. He said, "Did this happen to Maud Flanders?" And so I just told him to shut his whore mouth. Maud Flanders was a saintly woman. She didn't deserve what was done to her. Though actually, if I remember correctly, the main issue why Maud got killed off was because the actress that voiced her was kind of a pain in the ass to the, Fox Muckety Mucks. And additionally, I don't think she was very well liked amongst the rest of the crew, so. Yeah, so we're going to pop into this thing, and I think that'll do enough to. Yeah, it's an easy fix. That was an easy fix. It's kind of loose enough already that I've liquidated it down enough that it sort of popped right out. That's good. As I said, there's not a whole lot to do here. I kind of had a few loose ideas of what I wanted to accomplish, and that's about it. I mean, I guess technically I have to wait till Mike says it's done, but it's his commission. But I really don't know what else to, like I said, unless I overwork it, and I don't want to do that. Overworking's worse, I think, than underworking in a lot of ways. I point to someone I've pointed to before, which would be I know a lot of people like him, but Monsieur Renoir. Sorry, I've never liked him, and find most of his paintings are either over or underworked. That's just my opinion, but it's right. Damn, man, my blues are drying out fast now. All of them. Turquoise blues, you can give me shit now? Oh, that part's alright. That's alright. I can use that. And that, and a little bit of that in it. I was talking about something I forgot about what I was saying too. I've been having a lot of weird thoughts. I remember I said that. This is what sucks about this. This brain don't work right anymore. It wasn't very good to begin with, but now it's just fucking fucked. Whatever I was going to say before I got distracted, it's gone. So, I hope you guys weren't expecting anything good. Just literally poofed out of my head. I have no idea what it was going to be. I said weird thoughts. Well, I said something about the Lunatics oil, right? I think that's one of the main ones. We'll go with that as the main one. I honestly don't remember. But it was let's go a little bit on the extreme side here. Sounds silly, but I think it'll work. Yeah, I think that's what I needed right there. Gives it a little oomph. I like the little oomphs. Sorry, I got the Black Panther Waterfalls drum beats going on my ears. It's nice. This is going to be really small stuff. Okay, so that for the gnomes in there. Need a little more of that, I think. Yeah, that'll be necessary right there. A little of that. A little. I think a little bit of green's a good spot right here. I like the. Chanelo. I was going to say one thing regarding the Rock League thing last night. Like I said, last night's session wasn't very good, I'll be honest. Today fucking rocked. Did about... let's see, I think I did like 2 or 3 warm-up matches. and they were warm up matches. So like I won one, I lost one. A couple of them I went into and immediately either won or lost via forfeit because it didn't load me in time or whatever. Whatever. It was that's just part of going under non-competitive. But then I jumped into the competitive, and I think I lost my first game, but that was it. I won the rest after that. So it was like 3 or 4 wins in a row. Got me up to Platinum 1, Division 2, but like I'm like right under Division 3 there at least. So I'm in a good spot. I'm in a happy place right now. I wish I played gotten a solo, or standard. I mean, not solo standard. I mean, I would take a solo standard too because I haven't actually ranked in that yet. It's not setting me up with enough games to rank me. So, Alexa, skip. Nah, not the same. Alexa, skip. No, that's the other one. Can't hit the B flat right now. It's the best thing I do. Over here, cold feet. Get warmer feet, woman. I gotta have this thing like flat to pull this off. This is gonna be interesting. I've never had to like this much in the. I want to make sure I'm painting her and not random dog face. And part of that's making sure I get the whiskers right. Like. This country, he don't play this. He got a hole in his soul. That's fine. I didn't pick up any of that. I'm gonna grab just a little dab of the violet as it came out of the whiskers. Like just a little bit. Wee! I'm gonna get creative in some of this, I think. Yeah, let's just look at that. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, that's not bad. If you hear a little boss, ain't nobody but us. think I'm gonna eventually have to cave and punish all you people. I apologize with a painting wife beater. Just because, honestly, in the studio gets extremely hot very quickly. I mean, I've got that air conditioner running, and right now it's just saying 72. And I don't buy 72 at all. I think it's probably 72, like, right there. But where I am, it's probably up a few degrees. And today was a nice day. I mean, I'm just thinking when it gets a little warmer. Alright, no, I'm gonna go. To see the whiskers right there, you know. Nothing heavy, but just enough to. Get some feeling. I mean, there's some of the spots where we could be a little bit more random. I mean, like, you know, on the farther side of our mouth, it's like, alright, you know, if we worry too much about that, it'll kill us. But what we can do is we got a little rough with it. Let's go back over with that little dark color we made, a couple days ago. Actually, throwing a little bit of that into it. Nice. That's not bad. Sometimes I'm a smart guy. A lot of times I'm an asshole. Sometimes it's smart. I'm trying to think, nothing happens. Too friendly with it. Actually, it's a little dab there. Actually, it takes it and like sort of gives it a little. Yeah. Optimize your PC. You should tell me what to do. I don't know if I can miss it. Find a better place for this. I am in the process of building up a Patreon. There's a couple of announcements I want to make actually now that I think about it. Working on building up a Patreon if anybody wants to support me that way. I'm just working on my tiers right now, trying to figure out, what everybody deserves as far as, and what I can afford to do. I got to make sure I can if I'm going to offer, prints or whatever, I don't want prints that I like run off of my freaking, you know, shitty at home printer. I'd like to get prints. So it's a matter of trying to figure out if I can afford some or not. I think I found a way that I can get at least a couple posters made for relatively, a reasonable price. Let's put it that way. So right now, you can order prints and posters via Society 6, but I've never sold one from them because they're pretty expensive. Like, like a regular, just say like a 13 by 18 print of, what did I look at? Is this the Last Breath? Might have been the Last Breath I looked at. I don't remember exactly. Oh no, I think it was the horse shed. That's right. A print of that, like at 13 by 18, was like $23, and I'm like, that's really expensive. I know that, and I'm like, I just haven't been able to find much else, like print on demand, and I really don't want to sit on a lot of stock if people aren't going to buy them. So it's always been kind of like a test run. But this one's cheap enough that it's like, if I'm, I don't mind necessarily sitting on stock a little bit if I can get a few people to buy. I'm thinking I'd probably be selling. They're a little smaller, they're like by 1 inch, literally. It's 12 by 18. So I'm thinking I'll put those up, but I'm thinking about $12. I don't think that's too terrible to ask for a decent, poster or whatever. They are pretty good from what I understand. So, I'm experimenting. I wouldn't know 100%, but literally until they're in my hand. But if anybody's interested, please let me know. I gotta find a way to start getting a little bit of return on the paintings, and I don't need to be making, look, I won't sell them for cheaper than they're worth. The paintings, prints I can work off of, and I think a lot of people get that. I hope they get that. Yeah, I'm not getting much, nobody donating here or anything like that, but, I get it, you don't get anything right now. You get me giving random shit talks and, watch me work really slowly. Watch this, by the end of the night we might have all the whiskers, maybe. If you're lucky. Alexa, skip. You keep trying to shove that shit down my throat, and I keep telling you no. Oh, that's mercy. I know I say this literally every time this song comes on in my playlists, but and I will keep saying it until I have feedback coming in regularly and I can talk to people about something else than what I'm listening to. If you've never listened to it, I highly recommend looking up Hilary Hahn's Mercy by Richter. Jesus Christ, it's beautiful. And the one thing I will tell you is it is most certainly the closest thing that I could point to as to the noise, and it's the only way to describe it, that I swear my soul made when I had lost my sight for that little bit, and then, like I said, I never went blind, but or I lost my color. So every time I hear it, it's like I remember this moment. You know, even it was I didn't listen to her back then. I didn't know her. You know, I hadn't heard of her before. But like once I heard the song the first time, I was like, "Fuck, that's the exact noise I like." It's literally the cry my soul made. And part of me wonders if that's why I ended up doing like what I did, where you know, I think I mentioned it on here. Like there was a painting that I just sort of began feeling very disconnected to, and because when I was painting, I was having trouble concentrating, and the only thing that was actually the first time I started listening to Hilary Hahn. It was her album, Hilary Hahn Plays Bach, and I've been trying to listen to a bunch of different stuff. I was on a heavy Parliament kick at the time, but Parliament wasn't working for me. Primarily because I was just feeling like shit. Like work was just beating the hell out of me again. And I wasn't, even though I kept trying not to bring it home with me, it was definitely coming home with me, you know? And it was like, alright, I gotta do something different. I gotta find something different. And so I looked up, you know, Bach's usually a good fallback for me, but the album I had, the only one I had on my collection at the time, wasn't doing it either. So I was like, fuck, I gotta find something. Something's gotta fucking give. And so I just looked it up on Amazon Music, and I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Let's see if this one works. And it did immediately. And the thing was, it was like kind of like very fugue-like. Like I don't remember much of painting. Like I know what I did, you know, like when like when the albums would go off and I turn off the music, whatever, and I'd look at the painting. I know exactly what I did, and I knew what I was. Yeah, I was definitely going in the goal of what I was trying to do, but I don't remember doing it. It's like I disassociated, you know. I remember listening to the albums while I was doing it, and usually it's reversed for me. Like, you know, anybody who knew me in college knows that there were times when I'd be painting and I'd just forget to eat, you know, like, or you know, I'd be awake for 48 hours working on the painting, and that was like nothing. It was just normal. And I remember painting those times, but I don't remember, you know, eating. I don't really remember drinking things. The only way I would know that I had anything to drink was the fact that like there'd be like Pepsi bottles all around me when I kind of came out of it, you know, and so this was different. This was like, okay, I was painting, but I don't remember the painting bit. And so, yeah, I was working on that thing, and then the first time I heard this was on her album Retrospective, which was a little while later, admittedly, but it's like, all right, you know what? I don't feel connected to that painting. I kind of feel like it was almost her work because that got me through it, so it's kind of hers. And it's hers to do whatever the hell she wants with it. I can't sell it. I can't do anything. I mean, I'll sell prints of it. Again, whatever, because whatever. But I was like, I can't sell this painting. I can't put it up. I can't do anything with it. So I was like, I sent it to her office. Yeah, well, not hers, but like her reps. I'm just like, give it to her and whatever. And had a note, just like literally, do whatever you want with it. I just gotta get it out of my fucking house. This is like my telltale heart. It was like sitting here in my studio, like right over there, just fucking mocking me. It's like, I'm gassing. Once I spot him and I can't stop laughing. Too concerned with fashion. Just need to get a little blue. I want to trim up that one. I gotta get around this. And I'm gonna take my time. Don't fight that good shit in me. Now blow your mind. When you bank 'em, bank 'em, bank 'em. Now are you gritting your teeth? Frustration, baby, you need to breathe. What you can't do, I just do me. Ain't no fuss when it comes. 16 my create my own rhymes. Sophomore, I ain't scared, one of a kind. If I had to give you more, it's only been a year. But I got my foot through the door, and I ain't going nowhere. Don't fight that good shit, and let me blow your mind. Now I've been saying that for a while now. I will be away. Friday night and probably most of Saturday. With my wife up near where the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair is for their Gaelic festival. But one of the things I'm going to try to do this weekend, even though I'll be going most of the weekend, I will attempt, I promise, pinky swear, that I'm going to try to get that damned mic set up, like, move this mic, try to work on something that's a little better. One of my Patreon goals, by the way, it's the first one, which is like $400 is what I put it as. So I think that's about right, what it'll take to get me what I want. Is a camera specifically for capturing that painting. My second term goal is to replace this one too, but this one's fine for what I mean. I have contemplated not even putting it as a secondary goal and put the other, like the better microphone and stuff up there, but I was like, you know what, just, no, I need that. That's what man, look at this little band, like a mariachi band. Maso besa. Matos me gato. Que un huevo. ¿Qué huevo? Cosmos. This with plastic bags. Mildas. Popsicle melting. Good. Give me honey now. I like that name. That song cracks me up because they ended with that. Yeah, like let's go to Capricorn. We got the new Yanni. Because that. And I just keep thinking to myself that my buddy Drew and I went to the King of Prussia Mall. God, when was it? It was Christmas of '96, I think. It was Christmas of '96, and we're standing in line at the wall. Anybody remember the wall? That's how old fucking I am. Anyway, we're in line and we look over and it's like, hot Christmas gifts, and one of them was a tribute to Yanni. Which, I mean, look, I know people. I know people that are fans of Yanni. Like, I mean, I actually know them. So it's not that I was laughing at that. What cracked me up was the only person playing on the fucking album was Yanni. There was nobody else listed in the tribute to Yanni. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a tribute to Yanni album by Yanni. Like, it's like, that's some fucking balls. You know what I mean? Like, dude. It just cracked me up. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, what the how the fuck do you pull that one off? I don't like that one. That color didn't come out nice. Looks better on the palette than it did in real life. Let's just cover that right back up. You know? It's like... I don't know. Just that made me laugh out loud when I saw it. It's like, yeah, how do you have a tribute to yourself? I just did not understand it. I did not get it. All right. We're just about there. I really do. It's like some little stuff I could do. Paint my microphone some more, you know? So just wandering by, just smack it a little. Give it a good spanking. What's that from? It's Christopher Guest, something. Give him a good spank, like spank. It's not Best in Show, right? It's not the Saturday Night Live skit. Is it the swimmer one? If you don't know the skit I'm talking about, it's basically like they were trying. Martin Short and fuck, who was his brother in that one? Harry Shearer, I think, right? I think it's Harry Shearer. I think that's who it was. They're trying to break into. They're going to create men's synchronized swimming, but it's only the two of them. And Martin Short can't swim. I'm not a very strong swimmer. It's a fucking brilliant sketch. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor. Try to find it. It's Christopher Guest. Like I said, I think it was Harry Shearer and Martin Short. And if you've ever been a fan of a Christopher Guest movie, I mean, you can literally see everything that he did in those movies, like in this little sketch. This, like, it's before the sketch, before the movie. So it's like, but it's the same, like, normal people going for this big dream that they just will never get. It's beautifully tragic. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, get twisted. This rap shit is mine. It's not really mine, I'll be honest. You guys got some too. You hearing? That's what we're hearing. That's what you hearing. X gonna give it to you. X gonna deliver to you. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. The non-stop pop up. Busy with it, but I got such a good heart. The fucker wondered if you did it. Damn right, and I'll do it again. I am nice, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. Break bread. Bitch, that's gonna like that. One ending up on his knees. Bitch, please. Oh, man. Wrong. Let me let it pop. Go, let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. Right. Then we gonna roll. Let me let it pop. Go, let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Little pen. Sheep's clothing. I can get the shits from them. 19 years. Fight these tears. Doesn't work, dog. Some forgot what work is. Rock. Then we're gonna roll. Then we let it pop. Oh, let it go. And then they got around and back. Don't give up, you're too strong. How about tap, 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 tap. Yes, it is tap. Come on, it's got to be something. A little bit of blue left. I only need a tap. Damn, man, this stuff is all rotted out. Man. There we go. There we go. Now I'm digging. Now I'm digging. Just put a few more. little more like, actually further. What do you think, kiddies? This is one I would really like more than, non-viewer or something. If you're from my Facebook page, and you're the one watching now, I don't know. They're saying there's one person here, so I don't know who it is. It may be me for all I know. I'm looking at it on my preview, and it may be telling me that I'm the viewer. I don't know. If it's Mike, even better. But if there's somebody out there, like, let me focus right there. Let me just double check this one much better. Actually, let's go close. Let's see. I'm gonna go as tight as I can. I'm gonna make you all sick. Here, such a friend over, sissy. Yeah, that's pretty close. I'm trying to get it. What do we think? Doesn't look half bad when it's on my, this close. If I could strap it to my head, it would be great. Actually, I'm trying to think about a way to rig it up so it'd be like a little bit closer, like maybe like here. Until I get like a camera with a zoom on it. Let's see, I'm gonna adjust it again. I don't know how the hell I do it. I mean, I could string it from this light, but keep it secure and keep it from shaking and shit. I'm not sure how I'd pull that off. Because it'll automatically, like if I do that, I'll fuck it up. So yeah. Let's see. We're gonna put that back there. Put that back in there. I've been thinking about all sorts of different ways to try to jerry rig something up there, so it's like it'll hang there nicely or something. One thing I think I need just a little bit so it covers up, like goes on top of that, like. A little bit we made up earlier, just to give it a highlight. Go thick. That's what this one is. I think that's what it is. This would be a really good time for Mike to be here. Mike, are you here? I'm going to send out a quick panic. Alexa, what song is this? Let's go. I'll add it. Guess it's wrong. Face milk. You know, anybody ever see the movie Defending Their Life? Or Defending Your Life? That's it, Defending Your Life, sorry. I'm sure that's attractive to listen to right there. But, you know, there's one part where it's Rip Torn, right? Plays this lawyer. And where were you yesterday? You wouldn't understand. Oh, seriously. I was at the seventh circle of doubt. And he's like, you're right, I don't understand. Like, I think that's where I live. When it comes to, like, my art, it's like, am I happy with it? Or am I just exhausted? It's hard to tell sometimes, you know? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. You know what? There's something wrong. I'm gonna use this bad boy to try to help me out a little bit. Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of good stuff. Come on, is there somebody here? Come on, seriously. If you're viewing, I know this sounds desperate and pathetic. What do I got here? I'm showing 4 people here. I don't know. It's only showing me 1 viewer, so I don't know if it's just people have been dropping in or what, or it just loads up bullshit names sometimes. I have no idea. But I'm seeing Commander Root, Electrical Skateboard, Gimme Honey Now, and Land Fusion. Any of you 4 guys, any of you, all of you, if you're there, I don't know. This is where what my original vision for this channel would be, which is a place where people are making art together, hopefully, and we can start doing critiques and talking about things in the process. and this would be a great place for it. Because I'm kind of, as I said many times, I could work on this painting for another 3 years, and I may not feel done with it. And it's like, but at the same point, at such a point, it would probably be so wildly overworked that it would be disgusting to look at. And I think there's a really nice balance here. This would really be a great time for Mike to be here, so I could ask whether he thinks it's. I mean, it's his commission. You know, he could tell me whether or not he thinks it's done, but. Shit, this is such a hard place to be. My main concern is the fact that there's so much dry on it now that the brush strokes are going to start getting muddy. Like, they'll get choppy. So either I have to water it down, put a shit ton of medium in it, so it'll smooth over those areas, which has its own particular set of problems doing it that way. Or I let it go. And hopefully he likes it. Let's see if he catches on to that one. A friend of mine just tried to wish me a belated happy birthday, but then she accidentally typed brain to Brian. Let's see if she catches on. I'm just trying to delay here. I'm trying to get somebody to come in. I've put people, a begging out there basically, like, hey, somebody, anybody, any fucking person alive. Okay. Hey, shit. I gotta step back. I know this is like wildly uncool. You guys want to yell at my opinions. If anybody's showing up, I'm still here. Just thinking. Scusami, pare noi che non Napoli da s'amore. When love hits your eye. Still nothing, huh? That's amore. No, where's the one I'm looking for? S'amore. That's amore. Vita bella. Hearts with their tippy tippy tay, tippy tippy tay. Lucky fella. When the stars drew just like pasta to the summer. Feet you're in love. When you walk, but you know you're not dreaming. Signore, scusami, balanci back. That's amore. That's amore. Actually, no. That's better this color, definitely. What for? Can't take much more. One, nothing wrong with me. One. I think we're calling the patient. That's what we're going to do. One. Two. This would be so much better if I had somebody talk to on this. gotta find a way to get some business here. Like, just get people watching. I don't know where to drop that into. Like, you know what I mean? Like, try to promote it more. There's a little spot up here. It's just a touch of this. Touch of that color. So it'll help like pull it out from that. Oh, this is like feedback loop on me. Oh, so he's got a nice little. Yeah, I gotta look at some of the stuff Mike's done. Okay, now that's interesting. So what does that mean? These are all people I've seen. Sorry, I'm just looking at this Streamlabs like leaderboard. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Let's give that a shot at some points. Maybe that's why it's because I'm doing the Streamlabs. I don't know. Where's my fucking dashboard? There we go. All right. I think that's that. I think that's that for this painting. So, what that means is our Chirum has to be moved. So is my base camp. This stretches across here. Canvas. make this a little quick point. Let's see if I get this right. Hold on. I gotta watch it live, otherwise it's all. Just in case you're not actually aware of how to take care of paintings. Across the stretchers. So it goes across two stretchers every way. On this one and on this one. So you do it like this. Now this one thankfully has a midboard, so it might be a special concern. But one canvas could puncture the other one. You get little nipples on your paintings and stuff if you don't. It gets fucked up. Let's put it that way. It gets really badly fucked up. There we go. Alright, you know what? Actually, I've moved it into better light. And I think I like it better. I think I dig it a lot better. So, I'm going to click that Be Right Back button here. And I got to go get the next canvas and the work we're going to be working off of here. So, give me just a few moments. Like this. Hit mute. Okay. So, a couple things. First things first. Not that anybody's fucking here, but that's the link to the finished piece, the photo, that I just took with my phone. So it's a little better detailed than what this camera setting gets. Maybe I'll turn my face camera. Don't like my crotch. My crotch and dirty purse. Look at my bum. Chicken monkeys. Bum lookers. Anyway. So yeah, that's the link to the photo of Wilma on the Facebook page. I think she's good, man. I think if I tried to do anything else, like I said, it ain't gonna be good. And then the next thing I want to share, since this is easy and I don't have to worry too much about it, I'll copy that. Oh, I did it over here, that's why. Okay. Why didn't it fill anything? That looks terrible. Why does that look so bad? You know what? Can I take that out? I can't take that out. We'll get a better link. Hold on. That one looks ugly. It should be like a link. No, that's all. I'm in bed. Let's just fucking copy this one. See how it works. One of these days I'll figure this all out. A bit better. Nah, it's just as bad. Okay. Well, copy and paste that. I don't know what else to tell you. Alright. I guess I'll download it and put it on an Imager or whatever. Okay. Just smoke marijuana. Okay. So those are what we're going to be working on next. Or that specifically. Shouldn't say those. I mean, unless Mike comes back and says, no, your painting's garbage. I hope he doesn't. I think we'll leave it. Does that makes that same blue? Sorry, just looking at, like, part of the basement. Looks like the same that I used in the bridge, but I didn't plan on that. Maybe it's because the bridge is, like, right there staring at me behind this? I don't know. It's a funny thing sometimes. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but right before I started streaming here, I did a still life of, just mixed basket of fruits. I streamed it on here, did I? I don't think I did. And the thing about it was that I was just doing something to relax. It wasn't meant to be anything heavy. It was like literally just designed to, like, okay, let's just go through some mechanics, Like, that painting, by the way, just FYI, is for sale at the Exton Square Gallery for the Chester County Art Association. Plug! If anybody's interested. I could really use a fucking painting sale. Jesus Christ, I could use a painting sale so badly. Anyway, but in that painting, like I kind of spotted a connection to a self-portrait I had done, um, which is very like the background of it is very Rothko, like I mean very Rothko, red, orange, um, and so like the background of this painting, still life painting, is very red and bright, and you know it was very noticeable to me that you know even though I was just painting kind of a generic background, I mean I don't like to paint my bricks here. I want to do something with color that makes the other colors pop. But I kind of went, you know, I kind of did a very similar color scheme to the portrait that was in line of sight. So I kind of wonder if the same thing happened here a little bit. It's interesting. It's always interesting when that happens. I do not know why. Well, it goes to show, as I've said it before, I'll say it again, you know, as an artist, we come into a painting with our plan. This is what we're going to paint. It's going to be this thing. And you start working on it, and all your subconscious shit. I'm getting tired, sorry. I'm like finished it. I'm like, I'm done. Yeah, anyway, you know, all your subconscious shit starts to play into it. So little decisions that you make that you did not see ahead of time, you know, are all those little moments, you know. It's a lot, you know. I'm not saying you know a lot, but it's that concept that I, as the artist, am only going to take you so far. You know, or you as the artist, are only going to take me so far. It's up to us to dig through the rest and try to figure out what the hell is going on there. Sometimes it requires a little historical knowledge of the artist that you're looking at, if you have it. It's not always necessary. I'll be honest. I almost prefer a lot of times looking at a painting with zero historical, you know, knowledge behind it. Good God, I'm tired. It's just, you know, sometimes it's helpful to have those moments, though, too, at the same point. So, which post? Not that one. Switch it out. Come on. You can do it. You're supposed to be plugged into high-speed internet, asshole. Come on. Speed it up. No. Wrong post. So, I guess we gotta get started, don't we? So the first thing to get started is getting rid of the old shit. This might sort of complicate things. Should Mike again say that we're not done? But I think it's not going to, because at this point, I don't think I want to mix the same colors, per se. If I gotta mix something else, if he feels it needs something else on there. And additionally, all this shit is getting really dried out now. I mean, I was struggling to get that stuff out. So, fuck it, get rid of it. Probably should wash my hands first. Nah, fuck it. Let's live on the edge. Alright. So, I guess guess I put a web capture. Like, no, that won't work. Never mind. I was thinking maybe I put the window up there, but that's not gonna. I won't give you guys the link. I just wanted to get something nice so that you guys can download that photo rather than have me post it, because that photo that I've linked to, though it's not doing it as a link, is really big. Like, it's huge. You can make that fucking thing giant, so it's like a great photo to use. I'll be honest, this thing's been kind of terrifying me. Especially because I wrote a note about this painting is not, like, the canvas is not going to be 100% proportionate. And I don't remember which way it went. Fuck. I could try to do these calculations, I guess. Try to figure it out. I'm gonna talk like that little wicked Keebler elf. You know the one I'm talking about, Jeff Sessions. He's like if the Keebler elves fucked Satan. It's terrible. Terrible impression, I know. Fuck yourselves, no one's responding to me. I don't want to do these calculations because I already did them. I know I did them. So there's no fucking point in doing them again, right? That makes sense, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is this. It's time to put my kids to bed. So, buttons. No, I'm going to do another Be Right Back. There's very little chance we're going to get beyond basically just putting a grid up. That's okay. And more than likely tomorrow night, I might not even focus on the painting. I don't know. I still wanted to go over like that review of the modernist movement. So I don't know. We'll think about it. Maybe we'll do the drawing tomorrow night because this drawing's gonna be heavy. There's a lot of shit in this, a lot of line work. So you know what? Maybe we'll, because that's gonna take almost a full 2 hours. And then Sunday when we come back, we'll make a little lighter episode. And we'll work on like I said, the modernists review. And then we'll kick it off on Monday. I think that's a plan. But let me go get my book real quick. Give my kids kisses goodnight. And then we will kick it. Get that first. That second. Okay, alright. Now, I couldn't remember which book I actually had done it in. I hope to God I didn't put it in my one of my work notebooks. I thought I did in this though. One of these. I know I have. You know what, I'm just gonna take this page out. Because literally this page is my color thoughts for it. So I'm gonna keep that out. I'm gonna put that somewhere else. Because the print, if you actually copy and paste that link, shit, I hope it's in there. The print's black and white. I mean, it was a lithograph print from De La Goya. So, shit, where is it? This is not good. It's not in that one. Okay, we gotta figure this out. Let's do this like Buddhists. Alright, so I see measurements. Alright, let's see. There's a measurement there, but it's the right thing. So we're in the right church, wrong pew. And I mean, it's like a ½ inch, but if I put it on the wrong side, I gotta make up something. Like, in other words, I gotta either add wings or I gotta add feathers or, you know, like, if I do it wrong. So I gotta figure out which way this goes. I think it's too tall, and if it's too tall, that actually works, like, the best for us. Because it just means I add more foreground. That could be wrong. Come on, I gotta have this measurement in here somewhere, dude. I know I planned this shit out better. Just fuck everything up, because then I'm gonna have to, like, I'm gonna have to call it. I won't even bother with the grid tonight then. Because... Hold on. I had a page, like, literally 4 plans. Where is it? It's gotta be there. I think I went back and added stuff to it. Here we go. This might be it. Bottom and right for extended area. So I think I'm saying here, this canvas is 12 by 17. Okay. I wish I had the mathematics that I used. I think that's what's in the, unfortunately, I think that's what's actually in the work notebook, and I think that's must be where I did it. Let's see here. Yeah, there's nothing on the back of this. Alright, so we're going to work on this. We're going to do our calculations. I know this is like the most boring shit Believe me, what pisses me off is I did this before. I took care of this. I tried to get as close as I could to make sure I got the right, I knew I wasn't going to get the right proportions. Like, that was a given. I got, Actually, no. Make sure I wrote this down. Yeah, okay. I did. That's where I got it from. Alright, so it's... So as I said, that's 2.04. No, do it again. So let's do this. All right. So ideally, all right, this painting should be to make it like just twice the size of the print. Yeah. Just to be twice as tall, twice as wide, would be 11 3/4 across and 16 by 7/8 down, up and down. So now that's not a huge difference. Obviously, we're talking 1/4 of an inch wider and 1/8 of an inch longer. It's not a fucking big deal. Looking down at the computer like you guys have it. Anybody there? Sorry, I'm just looking at like the actual picture. So that's not huge. What I'm thinking is to kind of split the difference on the width and on the height. Really, it's just a matter of leaving a little extra dead space at the bottom. I think that's the best way to do it without causing any disruptions, because there's nothing there. So if we do that, we make sure our bat's where the bat's supposed to be. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I probably should have done it before I printed the damn thing. That would have been a smart thing to do, to make the dead space, and then I would have just been able to know what it was. I am not a smart man. I've said this time and time again. I used to be, and then my company happened. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it so I don't fuck it up. And I think this is not ideal, but I think this is the way it's going to be. Just seems logical. I just think this might be the best way to pull it off. Alright. So 16 and 7/8, right? Like I said, it's fucking nothing, but whatever. I want to make sure. I gotta keep those proportions right as best I can. I'm just an anal piece of shit like that. Alright, there you go. Brian, you're fucking insane. Yeah. Motherfucker, you think I'm talking like this? I just turned 40. Leave me the fuck alone. This canvas should be pretty tight too. Right. You know, like sometimes you stretch a canvas and maybe your stretchers aren't quite pushed all the way in, but this one was pretty tight, and you know, I don't know if I showed you. You know, it's got a crossbar even being a small canvas, and that makes it a lot, you know, like it, yeah. All right, so that's our bottom. From here on out, when we do our measurements, everything will be at the halfway point from, you know, from that, and that'll make that a lot fucking easier. Midpoint can just be midpoint. I don't think that's going to cause any issues, right? I don't think I need to mark an eighth of an inch here and an eighth of an inch there. I don't think that's going to be a bother. Now, I told you we're not going to get much done here today. This is just, at best, gridding it out. And I think it's just going to be the canvas. I don't know if we'll get the grid on the... that requires math too, and I don't like doing it. No, sir. Not gonna do it. Not at this junction. I miss when George Herbert Walker Bush was like our craziest president. Those were good times. You know, what you were looking forward to was Dana Carvey doing George Bush on Saturday Night Live, and it was just like, alright, that's good. You know, looking forward to Dana Carvey telling stories about how, like, Bush invited him to the White House and then, you know, had him call in Secret Service agents and stuff. Or Bono would call the president. Those are good times. Mr. President. Bono. Terrible Bono. Alright, so. Now. There's my fucking thing again. I gotta do more math. I do that picture. Let's do all our math on the back. Well, duh. I'm a moron. Jesus Christ. How stupid am I? Jesus Christ. That's fucking easy shit. So they're going, what's the halfway point? Well, I just doubled the fucking original number, so that's the halfway point, isn't it? Alright, so it was 8 and 7/16, right? So that was 1/16 shy of a half. So that's right there, nice and simple. Lock me. That's as easy as dumb fuck as it gets. The rest of it will be a little more hard. Yeah, a little more hard. Like, I speak English more gooder than anybody I know. Completely stupid side note. I play a game on my phone, Marvel Contest of Champions, and the alliance I'm with is actually a majority of them are. Where are they from? Come on, come on, come on. I think it might be Malaysia. I think it's Malaysia. But the part that's really cracks me up about it is we got a new member one time, and the guy's like, "Anybody here speak English?" And so I jumped in. I was like, "Yeah, I'm American. I speak English more gooder than anybody else." And even the guys from Malaysia were just like, "More gooder." I was like, "Oh, that was the joke." But you know what? The way that this country has been represented recently, we'll put it that way. Put it that way. That's a nice way of putting it, right? That was tilted. I'm about to get tilted. I mean, I measured it, but it doesn't mean it's right angled. Yeah, a little off because the canvas went in. Alright, okay, so we'll fix that up. There we go, that's a little better. I think I was stretching down in a funky angle and fucked it up. Because I'm not making sure that I wasn't doing that the right way. I think that's better. But, we're kind of looking like simpletons to the rest of the world. I mean, I'm not going to point fingers. Trump! And I don't care if I lost half my viewers. I don't know how you cut yourself in half. But I'm guessing if you did, you're dead. So your opinion doesn't matter anyway. So I could see them literally thinking that was not a joke. I thought it was funny as hell. And just like on here, if nobody else is going to laugh at my jokes, at least I will. Oh, I wanted to share a story, by the way. I forgot to tell you this one. Just a weird side note from my son's camping trip that I escorted, whatever, that chaperone. So they had a driving, like a pseudo driving range out there. Now, I suck at golf. I have always sucked at golf. I think Mike was there. No, Mike's the one who took away my club. We used to have a driving range in this area, and we went there one day, and, I'm hitting ground balls, and eventually at one point, the club went straight up, hit the, roof above the driving range, and the club went out into the field. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how bad I am. So at the driving range bit from my son's camp, I started hitting a few balls, and I eventually got it in the air. I was starting to get them good in the air, but I was hooking and slicing like nobody's business, just And apparently, now this driving range was right next to the little creek or whatever, the river or whatever that, like a little stream. It's not a creek. It's not. Yeah, it's a little bigger, but a little stream that they would do the canoeing and kayaking on or whatever. And apparently, I got a few into one of the canoes as people were canoeing. Like some of the kids were dodging golf balls from my hits, and they're like, I had heard it went over the radio, and they said, "Hey, you got a bad golfer over there," and I had heard that part, but when my son was going through like the 5th grade moving on ceremony, it wasn't a graduation ceremony. It's not like that type of thing to the kids, but you know, they're kind of like, okay, you're moving on to next goal. Yeah, they apparently told my wife that that's when I found out I was actually getting them in the fucking boat. So, just a fun side note. Okay. All we're gonna do here with our 3 inches. For some of you guys, it's just take your dicks out. Lucky bastard. No, I'm just kidding. Not that tiny. Just ask your mom. There's my one per list. No, it's not. I don't have that. All right. To quote Matthew McConaughey in every movie he's ever been in. All right. You do drugs, Danny? Every day? Good. Alright, here's where we get tricky, though. Right. So. It's going to be I'm going to switch it up. Alright, double it up. So 21, 30 seconds. Alright, so the first one's going to be 4. This is why I hate trying to find this shit on the... Like if my brain weren't exhausted right now, like that'd be one thing. Alright, what's the closest one? 24, 30 seconds, right? I think that's right. Yeah, right, that's right. Okay, so that'd be so it should be 30 seconds over from 3/4, right? I know this is exciting. I know. You guys try to hold your fucking, excitement back. All right. Just do me that favor. It's gonna be like what, 4 1/4, but 1 over, right? That makes sense, right? Yeah. No, wait, that's wrong. I'm already doing it fucking wrong. Can't fuck that up. I'm also measuring the wrong fucking way. Isn't that smart? I thought I had a fucking... right. this side. It's gonna sound stupid. Ready? Watch this. Top. And I was like, why the fuck did you... Because I'm a moron. You guys don't understand, grasp that fact yet. Alright. I do find it easier to kind of work off the lines I've already made, though. Alright, so now. Off a quarter, just a slight touch. No. You gotta be sharp. Alright, you know what we should do before we finish doing that shit? Lesson 12. 3/4, and then we get 1, 2, 3. That should be right there. Okay. And up here again. Shit, my arm's getting tired already. Alright, 4. Alright, that's about as close as I'm gonna get. I'm trying to, like... Yeah, since one side doesn't have 30 seconds, it's like... Alright, so it's 12 3/4, and then 1, 2, 3. Right there. Alright, we're getting there. Almost done. Then you guys that aren't watching can go home. Alright, there. Okay. Frankenstein never scared me. Marsupials do. Because they're fast. They dart around. Alright, get up there a little bit. There we go, we're almost there. That looks pretty good. And looks sort of like, you know, the little fuck-ups in the grid here will kind of serve our purpose. Definitely am having... See, part of it is like the pencil went too flat. You know, so it's like it doesn't have a point really, a point, you know what I mean? I suppose I could have solved that with a mechanical pencil, but you know, whatever. Alright, so grid's done on that. I'm not going to worry about the actual photo yet. We'll get that, take care of that. I might do it even before we go on. Yeah, come online tomorrow. Just get the grid part done. Put that in the middle. So, you know, we stretch them out a little bit. I mean, the main point is to get the character down. The monsters in the background, we get a little loose with. That's fine. I see no issue with that on an artistic level. You know, I want to pay homage to this piece, but it's, you know, like my version of The Last Breath, or my Hiroshige copy, or the Domye. I want to make it mine. So there's parts that I'm going to improv a little on just to keep it in my wheelhouse. You know, like I said, the grid's a little off, whatever, it doesn't matter. That doesn't affect this. So yeah, that's it. Lots of great talking. Nobody. As I said, I'm working on Patreon. So if anybody's interested, you know, once I get all my tiers, I'll post that up. So nobody's donating. I don't think it'll be a big sell point here, but I may also have some prints. I'm probably going to start with my tulips. They're going to be 12 by 18. Yeah. So I'll let everybody know when those are available. Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm selling them for about $10 to $12. I haven't decided fully yet, but I think 12 keeps me in a profitable state, which is where I'd like to be. I know it's crazy. People always, as artists, actually want to make money instead of working for exposure. So, yeah, that's where we're going to be. All right, have a good night. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.